Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the TED Show, the very first TED Show of 2021. Can finally say 2021. That sounds like a blessing in and of itself. So I hope you had a beautiful holiday, a happy new year, whatever you celebrate. I hope it was great. We're going to kick off the new year with my first guest, Luis Angel Ramos Jr., the Professor Attitude. I love it. We're going to talk about if he can do it, meaning if I can do it, you can too. And it's all about attitude. Welcome, my friend. How are you this morning?
Thank you for having me. I'm blessed to be here. Thank you for this opportunity. This is great. I love your show, by the way.
Thank you. And I love what you're doing. I told Luis before we went live that I love his background. It's much nicer than mine. I love the picture of the city back there. So you never know what people are going to put. Yep, right there. All right, so I was telling you before we went live, people love origin story. They want to know about you. Obviously, you weren't born Professor Attitude, or maybe you were. But give us a little bit of background on how you kind of got here, what your journey is.
Again, I thank God for everything. And my family, I was born in New York, but I was raised in Puerto Rico, Aguadilla. Hello to all my family there, they're watching. And I'm the opposite New Yorican. They call us New Yorkers. I was born there. I love New York, Brooklyn, but I was raised in Aguadilla, so I also love Aguadilla. It's a dual bicultural, but it's also, you have two hometowns. I don't know how to explain that. It's really hard to explain it. And I
also at home in both.
Yeah, I love them both. I love New York. I can't wait to visit. I don't think there are Floridians there right now because of the COVID situation. I just posted something on Facebook, and sadly it's really up. When I went to Puerto Co for my birthday, I had this shirt. Finally, I wore it.
I like it. It's very nice.
It
looks good. Yeah, I never know what my guests are going to dress up, especially on a Monday morning. You look great.
Thank you. And
so how did you finally end up in Florida?
Okay. I lived in 9 states. So I've been around 7 states, actually. I visited several others, but I was born in New York, raised in Puerto Rico. Middle school in Yonkers, New York. High school in Providence. Then I went to and I graduated in New Bedford High School, Massachusetts. Then I started college in Puerto Rico. Then I finished in Pennsylvania, Reading Community College. Then I went to Kutztown University, where I developed a lot of leadership skills there. I didn't want to get involved at all, but I went there for partying. Next thing I know, I was president of the International Students Organization, and I'm like, I'm not even international. I'm American. But the accent helped. The accent helped. And I was able to use that and the fact that I took Italian at the University of Puerto Rico. So I said, I speak 3 languages. Oh, he's okay. We speak 7, but he's all right. It was really interesting. Those kids spoke 5, 7 languages.
Wow.
And
how Florida? How did you get here? Because it sounds like you started your leadership path in college. That sort of drove you that way.
I think so. Also in church, when I was little in Puerto Rico, I was the president of the Childhood Society. It was Fridays, and I was in charge, and I was 11. So that was interesting. That was.
Did you come from a family of leaders, or is that something you just kind of were born with?
I think my parents are leaders, but they never developed it. I know that I thought I had my international touch or curiosity from my father, but I got it from my mother. She's the one who likes to watch all this European and Turkish and Korean soap operas. She's very interesting in that.
Fascinating.
I ended up in Florida because my best friend from childhood, from when I was president of the the Kids Society at church, he was my secretary. So next thing I know, he invited me, and then I called him. He said, "No, you can't come." And then the next thing he called me. 2 days later, he said, my wife had a dream and you're supposed to be here. So come over. I'm like, what? Okay, whatever. So I ended up.
Know what you were going to do?
I was like, okay, I'm going to get a good job. I'm going to start in Florida, get a good job, live by myself. And it was not like that. It's very tough. Florida was not like Pennsylvania, I struggle a lot there or everywhere I lived, you know, in the beginning. But Florida was tough. I had all kinds of jobs here with a bachelor's degree from Pennsylvania.
Yeah. And then you finally got your master's, correct?
Yes, I was working for a college, and I had this premonition that I had to go see my dad because he was sick, and I'm like, you know, he's okay. He's, you know, done with the skin cancer treatment. And next thing I know, something happened, and that I thought it would, and I ended up in Puerto Rico. And I said to my dad, I'm here to help you because you need me. And he's like, yeah, right. Next thing you know, he was positive. He was operated from here to here.
Wow.
He had they thought they would, you know, extract a little mass, but they took a ball. Like, they told me it was like the size of a tennis ball, cancer. And I was there with him for 4 years while I was helping him through cancer treatment and operations. Thank God I was able to finish my master's with a 4.0 GPA at 40, forgot now, I think it was 43. I know it's been a while. And
baby,
anybody could do it.
So tell me, why did you choose a master's in education?
I have an associate's degree. First, I finished pre-engineering in Puerto Rico with honors, thank God. And I was accepted at Penn State, UMass, I think it was 7 universities, but I didn't continue engineering. I wanted to work with people. I love people. So next thing I know, I ended up going to Pennsylvania, and I finished an associate's in human resources. Then I finished my bachelor's in international business and management. And when I went to Puerto Rico, I'm like, you know what? Everything I've ever done is work in education. I am a substitute teacher. I was a professor certified for Daytona State College for GED, for adult education. I said, you know what? I work for the Boy Scouts, Boys and Girls Club, YMCA, House Next Door. That's what I love. And I found this master's where I didn't have to get a test right away. I could take it later. So I took it at the end, and I had to take it because if I didn't pass it, I didn't graduate.
Wow.
So I thought I did like a 70, and I told my cousin, I said, she was graduating too with her master's, and I said, I think I bombed it. She goes, no. Look at the percentage, you know, island-wide from Puerto Rico. And I'm like, okay. She's like, you got an 86. I'm like, oh, God, thank you. I was like.
So what do you want to do? Congratulations, by the way. What do you want to do with that? What are you doing? Because a lot of people get, you know, there's such a debate now about getting I have my master's degree, getting your master's degree. What do you want to do with it? What are you taking off? You obviously have a book.
Yeah.
And so I want to talk a little bit behind you. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about that. What do you want? What is it that you want to accomplish?
Well, actually, while I was doing the master's and working with my dad, I was actually taking a training for my own business for management, and the government of Puerto Rico. I was unemployed. It was really hard to find jobs there, and I passed this training for a year that I took, and I also took a Bible college for a year. The pastor paid me. He said, I feel like I'm supposed to pay you. He paid me for a whole year. And I finished all that. But while I was working, I had to do a thesis. Usually you don't do a thesis for your master's. And next thing I know, my professor asked me, and I said, you know what? It's a blessing. It's a blessing because you're not supposed to do a thesis. But if she's asking me for it, it must be something that's going to get me ready maybe for my doctorate. So I did it. And this is my thesis back there. It's called Education Reality, or Realidad Educativa. And what I did was I interviewed my expertise, adult education. I interview adults, young adults that withdrew from high school, or the dropouts, if you call them. And I interview teachers or professors, and they all agree that values have something to do with the fact that they dropped out. And I asked them for suggestions, and I had some suggestions from my own experience. It's called andragogy. Andragogy is 18 and above. That's what I'm working on right now. I'm promoting the book, and I'm also working from home. It's something that I wanted to do. I was a substitute teacher, but I was exposed to COVID daily, on a daily basis, different schools, mostly schools. And I don't know, I posted something on Facebook, but there was a 15% increase from December 15th.
So are you teaching now? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm actually training to work from customer service from home, or offer customers like a backup whenever they have a doubt. I will guide them. I'll actually still be teaching and then training customers, helping them, get to the bottom of any issue they have. But it's from home, and I feel that that's the safest way right now.
Sure. Where did you get Professor Attitude from?
Oh, interesting. I forgot about that. Actually, I worked at a middle school for a year and a half or 2 years, and they started calling me Professor Attitude because I went to Chicago for, I've been blessed. I have no idea how I got there, but I've been blessed where I represented Central Florida and a lot of conferences nationwide in Colorado, Chicago, and Washington, D.C., Pennsylvania. I just, sent an email. Next thing I know, everything was paid for, and I ended up in Colorado. But Chicago was awesome. I was representing Daytona State College when I was a recruiter before I became a professor there. And I was there for 5 years. And these people came from Chicago, and they were looking for people to get involved in this conference through the Hispanic Association of Volusia County. I used to be a board member. And next thing I know, I ended up there. I went there for 2 years recruiting, and then the third year, they actually invited me to be in the committee meeting to develop the conference. Just to let you know that the only reason I got invited was because when I went there, I was everything paid for by Daytona State College, and I was bored, so I went downstairs to help. I just, rolled my sleeves and started working. I'm like, I'm home, I'm working, I'm helping. I'm serving, and next thing I know, there was a lot of ladies that kicked me out. They said, "What are you doing here? You're a spy." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" So
where did the attitude part though go? What did I miss?
That's what I learned in Chicago. This incredible speaker said, if you add the alpha value of the word attitude, meaning A is 1, T is 20, I is 9, it equals to 100, and that stuck with me forever. So every time I teach, every time I substitute, I put on the whiteboard now, on the blackboard. I'm old. On the whiteboard, and I type it in, and attitude, and I said, listen, people, whatever you put in, you get out. In life, in work, at work, whatever you do, education. So I believe that whatever you put in, you get out. It's just a rule, and it's in my religion. It's in every value. It's a universal value in the world. If you think about it, every great thinker believes that the attitude is something that either lift you up or take you down. So
what do you do to keep your attitude positive?
Well, like I said, I'm a man of faith, but also I've learned through my parents to never give up, through my family to always keep going. I'm always looking at positive thinkers online. Everything I post, I'm being honest. Everything I post on Facebook is to uplift me.
Sure.
Uplift somebody else. And I believe it does, because I've heard people thank you for that. I'm like, what did I write? I really write it to uplift myself and hopefully lift somebody up. One person at a time.
So how do people find you? How do people get the book? What's the best way for them to reach you? I have the website scrolling along the bottom. Is that really the best way, or would you prefer?
The best way. I've had the best opportunity and blessing through this ZP editorial from Argentina. Everything that I went to school for, I finally see it. It's a living color. It's my publisher is in Argentina. My book was translated in Argentina. Because I didn't want to translate. I'm a translator. I've done it.
How do people get the book?
You can go on Amazon. It's on Amazon. The title is Education Reality, or Educación Realidad Educativa. And it's actually on both languages now, hopefully in other languages soon. Okay. My website is down on the bottom. It's Luis Angel, or Angel Ramos, Ramos. .com. They made it really simple. I love it.
It's a good one.
They're really good. I couldn't do anything without them. And I actually represent them. So I'm hoping I can find other people that want to write a book and that will help them. My book is the only non-Christian book that they publish because they truly believe in andragogy. They actually are inviting me. I'm going to go to Argentina soon. They're pushing my book to be placed in the universities and the schools in Argentina. And they want to invite me over. They really believe in andragogy, which is the study of adult education.
All right. So go to LuisAngelRamos.com or reach out to him. I've tagged him on Facebook. You were a joy, Luis. Thank you so much. Luis Angel Ramos, Professor Attitude. You guys reach out to him. You got a lot of love on here, Luis. So thank you so much.
Keep it positive.
Have a good one. Bye, everybody.